All right. Good morning, everyone. It is 7:15. I'm just going to give it a moment. I'm going to take a little sip of my water while folks join in. And if you've got tea, if you've got coffee, please take a sip and enjoy. We all know how important it is to nourish ourselves first thing in the morning. And one of the best things you could do is actually have a fresh glass of water. So I always do have a little glass of water before my coffee. So it's all right. What we're going to focus on today is gratitude for ourselves, gratitude for who I am is our theme today. And so we're actually going to focus on when I think about loving and appreciating our entire selves, the movement that, for my experience, that has made me feel such a deep connection with myself has actually been very basic movement, but it's all about my joints. When I focus on moving my wrist really well, when I focus on moving my shoulder joint really well, and give those little spots the attention they need, the same way that I would say, I am thirsty, I'm going to give myself a wonderful glass of water. My wrist needs a little love. I'm going to give my wrist a little bit of love, or my shoulder. And today I'll show you a little bit of that using CARs, controlled articulated rotations of our joint, and apply that into the rest of our movement practice. We'll begin seated. All right. So go ahead. I've got a blanket, and I always suggest having a layer for your knees against the floor, for your pelvis against the floor when you come to have a seat. So I'm going to settle myself here. It could also be a pillow. That's also nice, just a little cushion. And you might also notice that I'm on a carpet and I'm not exactly on a yoga mat. You can be on a yoga mat, but you can also, if you don't have one, don't worry about it. Just get cozy on your floor. You can layer a couple of blankets for yourself if you need. And we'll get started. All right, so get any shrugs out of the way. And then give yourself permission to arrive. That might mean closing the eyes if you're comfortable. And just noticing to the first few breaths that pass by. As you meet yourself in this moment, in your space, and we can make note of what we notice about our environment, the sounds. Perhaps we notice light, or we just notice the furniture that's around us as well. Maybe our family, children, or pets. These are all things that we can sense. We know where we are in space, even if the eyes are closed. Can you just breathe here in your space? In through the nose and out through the nose. You might notice things, you might notice feelings, thoughts, emotions, or maybe it's something physical that you notice. Make some notes, some little observations, but it's without attachment. We make the note and we come back to observing. Make an observation and return to noticing how the breath feels, or anything else we feel without judgment. Just space for awareness. See if you can make the breath a little longer now. Can you breathe in as long and as tall as your spine? Maintain that length even as you exhale. The crown of the head keeps lifting up as the lungs empty out. Breathing in through the nose And breathing as tall as your spine and out through the nose. And now think of breathing the width of your trunk, my friends. As much as we breathe in the length of our trunk, breathe in the width of your trunk as well. So you're breathing in this horizontal breath now, breathing into the side bodies a little bit more. Thinking about the way an accordion moves. It moves out when it inflates with breath and air. And then as it deflates, it narrows back in. But what we have in our trunk is back body and front body. So as we move to the side bodies, we're actually evenly pressing the breath to front and back as well. So continue just about 3 more breaths there. Think of a horizontal breath. You can even place the hands or your index and thumbs at the sides of the rib cage, just above the waistline. So you feel the breath, the trunk literally moving out into your hands. And then each exhale starts to feel like a hug for yourself. Give yourself permission to meet yourself here. Slowly relax the hands if you have them by your sides. And let's begin a little movement for the neck, tucking the chin. The first articulation will be moving your chin to the right shoulder and trying to look beyond without twisting. So if you turn your entire trunk, turn back to face forward. Let your heart face forward and only your head looks back. We're only going to move the neck. So now lift the chin and rotate over to the opposite side. And you're trying to work to keep your trunk stable. Now we're moving with intention, just to move the neck and nothing else. And then you can circle in the opposite direction when you're ready. And so we always start the movement practice by greeting the breath. Starting to set or revs the engine, if you will. Starting to get the heart pumping. It's the breath that moves the heart too. Good. Once you do a couple of those neck circles, you can get any other little quirks out. Maybe you move side to side, or maybe the spine, the whole trunk, starts to move a little bit more. So let's make this into some circles now. You can keep your hands around your knees and allow the entire trunk, your shoulder girdle, to move in circles over your pelvis, over your pelvic girdle. Your hands can stay here for a little leverage. Now we're just starting to bring a little love to the lower spine. And in this position, we're also giving a little bit of a wake up to the hips just by doing this tiny little circle movement. Good, but this isn't a specific joint articulation, so we're going to move back to our wonderful joints, finding a little stillness. So always moving to find the center, right? Always move, we'll find the center here. And just your left hand is going to come up next, just your left arm. We're going to reach that left arm up. It's going to crawl up towards the ear, at least the shoulder will. Then we're going to move the arm away from the ear, reach it back behind you. Again, the rule is to keep your heart facing forward and let your hand be the thing that reaches. Maybe someone can hand you something. You can maybe turn your head, but don't turn your trunk, right? Good. Reach your arm back up, circle it in front of you, and give it forward, right? But really reach. So you feel your shoulder blade also almost wanting to wrap itself to the front of the rib cage. And then squeeze your shoulder blade back like you're just kidding. And then give it forward. One more time. Squeeze the shoulder back, a little shoulder shimmy. Good. Then reach that arm forward. One more articulation of the shoulder, a full circle. Rotate the arm. There's a rotation involved in this shoulder joint. So when you finish, you just reach back, circle. Give the arm as if you're presenting something forward, but really reach. Try not to lean forward. keep yourself where you are, but feel your arm reach, and then let it go. Good. So take a moment, notice how it feels. Left and right side bodies might feel a little different just for a beat, and we'll do the same thing for the other side. The right arm comes up. We're going to keep the right arm reaching, elevating the shoulder blade towards the ear, making sure that even the shoulder blade is getting some movement. Good. Then reach the arm away, internally rotate, reach behind you. Really pause. I like to pause at the end of each movement just to make sure, did I really get to the end? There's always a little extra centimeter of movement. Good. Give the arm in front of you and let's pause. Tapping in with the shoulder blade. Reach your fingertips a little forward as if someone appeared in front of you. They want to give you something, but you can't lean forward. So you just have to stretch your arm out as much as you can and then squeeze back. Just the shoulder blade, not the elbow. Good. One more time. Reach forward, squeeze it back. The next time you reach your shoulder forward, it then goes up. It moves out of the way, internally rotate. It's like you're wringing out a towel around your armpit. Good. And then reach it back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're reaching, reaching, reaching with intention. So there's a stretch aspect to the movement when you really reach to the full expression. Good. Shake it all out. And then we'll give the hands a little love too. Moving your hands just like you're shining your palms forward. Give your fingers a little articulation by making a fist, rolling down, and then opening up. So little fingers getting a little action here, closing, opening. Maybe a little faster. Good. And then you're going to turn your palms to face up, bend your elbows, and create a little shelf around your trunk. So here's the little shelf. We're going to bend the elbows as if we're going to high five our shoulders, but we're not. There's a stopping point. And then from there, you're going to rotate your forearms so your palms face forward, right? Then you're going to press down, but squeeze your arms towards your side body so you can kind of feel a squeeze. You're going to slowly straighten your elbows. So yes, even our elbows get love today. Good. Turn your forearms forward. Keep your arms squeezed towards your body, but just bend your elbows. So you're just hinging the joint. And then squeeze, 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 squeeze at the top. Rotate your forearms as you're squeezing, and then extend your elbows. Now let the back of your hand come to your shoulders. Squeeze, 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 like you're squeezing a ball in your elbows. Good. Now turning the palms so the back of the hand leads the way. Good. And once we're here, we're going to create a shelf again. Your hands are going to create little circles. And this is your wrist articulation. I would normally take it slower, but we got to get to the whole rest of the body. So we're just going to do a little quick wrist circle here with palms open. Feels funny. It's like you're drawing a circle on a wall. Good. Once you've done that, you'll shake it out like you're spraying water on someone. And then meet yourself in tabletop position, coming onto your hands and knees. And here, we're going to get into the feet. Reaching one heel back. Let the ankle receive some love by rolling the ankle. So just like we moved our wrist, the ankle will get a little love. The toes are going to get a little smush against the floor, so you're also stretching out your toes. Good. Let's stay with this same leg. Start to reach it up and bend your knee. Extend your knee, bend your knee, and let's take the hip into a circle, opening up and down. Opening back up, circle the hip open. So there is our hip articulation here. And then you can circle in the opposite direction when you're ready. Your hands don't have to be on the floor. You can have forearms on the floor, so you can get a little lower if you need to. Good. Extend the leg when you're ready, and then change sides. Your ankle is going to get a little love first. Reach that heel back. And then circle, dropping in, forward, out. In, forward, out. Good. If you follow this little process of just allowing each joint to move through its full range of motion, you'll quickly notice that we've moved the whole body in just a matter of minutes. Good. Let's start to lift this leg up, floating up a little bit here. Bend your knee. Extend your knee. Bend your knee. Extend. And let's move into our last hip circle here. Opening up, circling down. And really trying to get the leg to go back to where you started. So don't stay low. Try to go up, out, down, and around. Good. Circle in the opposite direction if you haven't already. Good. Finding your tabletop position, our final movement, the grand central station of the body, the spine, the entire spine, tucking the tail, tuck your chin. Lift your tail very slowly. Let's do it even slower than we did yesterday. Let your gaze lift up. Tuck your tail, round your spine, tuck your chin last. And see if each one you do, challenge yourself to move slower and slower and slower. Because this slow means actually that there's a lot of focus from the brain, from your nervous system, all of the muscle tissue that is working for this controlled movement. Slower means more focus and control. Good. Once we're done here, we'll take a little kneeling position, bringing the knees together, finding a little seat onto your heels here, and just taking a tall seat for a moment. Noticing how the blood flow feels in the body. Sometimes it feels like vibrations. You can let that breath move naturally. And since we're getting ready to sort of lift and continue on with the day, I'll invite you, if there's a little downward dog that you want to get out of the way, if there's any last little movement, maybe reaching your arms overhead for a big old stretch, you're going to take about 3 little seconds, take out that last movement, and then come back to a kneeling position or a cross-legged seat if that is comfortable, so that you can set your intention for the day, carry it with you as you go, but we'll set it together here. We'll take a moment, your eyes are closed, noticing how you feel now. We'll get a little closer connection. You place one hand over your heart, and perhaps the other hand over your belly. And so you can feel literally the energy moving inside of you. While our body might seem to be still in this position, the body is dancing internally. Observe that dance. And I'd like to invite you to take a look, but perhaps take a look at yourself. We're going to put on these little glasses, and they are our kind glasses. You get to look at yourself with kind eyes. The same way you look at someone you love, someone you really care for. you turn those eyes to yourself this morning. You acknowledge the power that is already within you, within your breath. Choose perhaps one, two, or three words, maybe a phrase that you can speak with love to yourself. Your hands can stay as they are, or they can come together at heart center in Anjali Mudra or prayer Mudra. And with 3 breaths, let's seal our practice together. A breath in through the nose, and cleansing breath out. A breath in through the nose, and cleansing breath out. A final breath. As you exhale, perhaps bow to your space and practice. May you recognize the breath as the power within you. It is with you wherever you go. And may you recognize yourself, most of all, as your own best teacher. I thank each of you for sharing your space, your energy with me on this lovely Monday morning. What we've gone through today are joint articulations called CARs, controlled articulated rotations. A wonderful way. It's like the Tin Man putting oil on all of its little joints, all right? And so we do the same to invite our circulation, literally the life force inside of us to move and initiate the energy we need for the day. May you go on today holding gratitude for who you are and recognizing that the world is a better place because you are in it. Have a wonderful day, everyone.